guys, my name is Bethany and this is a Faye in the Life. In honor of National Donut Day, I decided to make donut holes. I'm going to be using a 2-ingredient dough base, but I'm going to be splitting the recipe in half. Half is going to use your traditional Greek yogurt. The other half is going to be using light coconut milk. Since my husband doesn't like Greek yogurt, I have found different ways to make 2-ingredient dough, so he can also enjoy 2-ingredient dough on Weight Watchers. Here's the recipe that I'm using and the directions in case you want to screenshot it. I did get the recipe from recipesbykarina.com. The first thing that we're going to need to make our 2-ingredient dough is self-rising flour. If you don't have that on hand, you can make your own using all-purpose flour, salt, and baking powder. Since we need 1.5 cups of self-rising flour, I'm going to start out making my own with 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Next up is 3/4 teaspoons of salt. Next up is baking powder. We need 2¼ teaspoons. I'm going to use my whisk to mix that all together. And there's your self-rising flour. Our recipe calls for 1 cup of non-fat Greek yogurt. Since my husband doesn't like Greek yogurt, I'm going to take half of the flour mixture and set that aside for him. For his, I'm going to use coconut milk, and then for mine and Kennedy's, I'm going to use Greek yogurt. Just going to add in the Greek yogurt to my portion, and I have ½ cup since I'm using half of the flour. I'm also going to add in a tiny bit of vanilla just to give it a little extra sweetness. We'll mix that all together. And then I'm going to put it out onto my clean countertop and knead it together until all that flour is incorporated. So that looks pretty good. We're gonna break this into little balls, and then those will be ready to go. So there is my Greek yogurt ones. Now I'm going to do the coconut ones. So I have the other half of the flour mixture, and now I'm just going to add in ½ cup of coconut milk. Just like the other one, we're going to mix it all together. The coconut milk, you don't need as much, so I shouldn't have added the whole ½ cup. So I'm going to have to add a little bit of flour to this to thicken it up and get it to not be so sticky. So I'm just going to flour my surface, turn out the dough, flour my hands, and we're going to knead that all together until it's not sticky. And I'm gonna just do the same thing here. And then those will be ready to go in as well. I'm gonna add some oil to a pot. And all I have is olive oil because we don't really cook with oil. So I'm going to add that in. I'm going to heat that up and then drop in each of the donuts and fry them on each side until they're done. All right, so the coconut ones are done. Now I'm going to do the regular Greek yogurt ones. Same thing, I'm gonna cook those for 2 to 3 minutes, then remove to a plate with paper towels so that the rest of the oil can drain off. While the donuts are still warm, you're gonna wanna take them and roll them in the cinnamon sugar. Sprinkle ones, I'm gonna use a little bit of sugar-free vanilla frosting. I'm just gonna put a little bit on top and dip in the sprinkles. I'm serving our donuts with some sugar-free caramel sauce and Hershey's Zero Sugar Chocolate Sauce. These donut holes turned out so good, and I'm so excited that we get to celebrate National Donut Day ourselves and stick to our WW points. Each donut hole ended up being 2 WW points, and depending on what toppings you may use, it could be a little bit more. Just make sure if you're using any frosting or caramel sauce or chocolate syrup that you're making sure to count for those points too. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe video today and maybe give it a try for yourself. Let me know down in the comments below what your favorite donut is. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I do put out new videos every week, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!